Hi guys, welcome to my niece TV Zealots. My name is Denise and my partner in crime is Mary. Tonight we're here to talk about Star Trek Discovery Season 2, Episode 1, Brother. Go ahead, Mary, say hi.
Hi, so glad that you guys are here watching with us. Be sure to like this video. I am so excited. I've been ready for Star Trek for months. Anyway, let's jump into this episode. First of all, what did you think of the look of it? It was brighter to me. Like the war is over. I feel like the lighting itself was just happier in general. What was your first impression of the episode?
Yeah, I thought so. I liked that we were going back to get some things answered. Like
Yeah.
we always questioned when we first started this, like what was going on, why was there no mention of Burnham from Spock? And so it looks like they're gonna go in the direction that their relationship was strained.
Mm-hmm.
But I mean, it actually, I wasn't even that worried about it because just how in general they've handled Spock's family in the movies and like people just pop up. So I wasn't really super worried about it, but I see, that they're going to answer some of our questions. So I kind of like that.
Yeah, yes, I 100% agree. Okay, let's go through. So we pick up right where the last episode ended. So the Enterprise is badly damaged. They've been investigating these 7 anomalies that are a red color. Interesting. And so Captain Pike and 2 of his officers, a red shirt and a blue shirt science officer, are coming. We think it's Spock because Spock was the science officer on the Enterprise, but it's not him. And Michael, I don't know if she breathed a sigh of relief or if she was like, I think she
No,
wanted
she
to
was
see
like,
him.
oh my God. I feel like she felt like he was avoiding her.
Yeah,
So I don't think it
definitely.
was relief. I think it was more so like, dang, it's really that bad. Like he really,
Mhm.
doesn't want to even see me.
Exactly. And that's when we get that flashback to when Michael first arrived at Spock and Sarek and Amanda's home to kind of be their ward, be their daughter. And Spock did not give the warmest of welcomes. He's drawing with this thing and kind of throwing the images up into the air, which is important to remember. And it turns into a dragon and it like snaps at Sadiqa. I mean at baby Michael. And I'm just like, no.
I felt a way too. I'm like, man.
Mhm. And later, a little bit later in the episode, they tie that together, kind of saying like Sarek really wanted, Spock having a sibling of some kind, another human, to be able to learn empathy and how to be human. He's surrounded by other Vulcans. He is part Vulcan, and I take it did not work. But Sarek and Michael had this beautiful father-daughter moment. I love him so much. Pike and his 2 officers are kind of getting used to the Enterprise. Tilly has kind of a crush on him. Like I had to laugh. She was so funny, and Pike was eating it up. Like I really like Anson Mount as Pike. The last time we saw him, he was the non-talking guy from Marvel's Inhumans. I felt like his talents were greatly wasted, so I'm glad he's back.
Oh my gosh, really? But you know what? I loved him in that only because like he said so much without
Yeah.
saying a word. Like his facial.
Yes. It is not bad to look at. Just saying. I agree with Tilly. Speaking of Tilly, she's talking to Stamets, And Stamets is still dealing with the grief of losing his partner, which of course is something you have to push to the side. We're in the middle of a war. We don't have time to cry, you know? So he's like, I see Hugh everywhere on the Discovery. Like, I've got to get off. He's accepted a teaching position at the Vulcan Academy. So when they get to Vulcan, he's not coming back onto the Discovery. He's leaving. That's his plan. I mean, he's still listed as a star of the show, so I know something's going to happen where he can't leave or something.
Well, I think it's the ending, you know, when that happens, he kind of like, wait a minute, like, I'm going to miss the Discovery, like learning new things, finding new ways to use different matter and materials, and, you know, just.
Very true. And that's who he is at his heart, I feel like. They're a science vessel. They're not really supposed to be a fighting vessel. And that's what I love about Discovery. They're there to discover and not to defend or attack. So they set a course to the first energy burst. And when they get there, they get to the coordinates. And Captain Pike, I love it. He's like, where's my red light? Where's the light thingy? It's not there. Where's my thingy? Oh my gosh, it was the cutest thing ever. But instead, they run into this asteroid field where they're like random pockets of magnetism and gravity wells. So they're like, okay, let's try to investigate. Like, I don't know what's going on. And they're like, wait a minute. Embedded in, I guess, crushed inside of one of these asteroids is a Starfleet vessel, the Hiawatha, which I love how so many of their ships are named after historical women. Like, I've just noticed that. Sorry. But this is the first stunt of the episode. I feel like every episode has to have some stunt. The first stunt of the episode, instead of beaming down there, the gravity's too much. They have to take these one-man pods and fly down there. And, you know, he's like, you got your red suit. And I'm like, okay, red shirt. In Star Trek, red shirts always die. So he's got his red shirt. He's got a science officer who is a jerk.
Right?
Oh, my God, I hated him.
I think we were supposed to hate him. Like, he was trying to stay one step ahead of Michael for no reason. Like, where is this competition coming from? And he was like, no, I'm going to tell you, like I told the girl that was the best back in the day. And I'm like, sir.
Yeah. He's the bad guy in the Gillette commercial. I feel like that he is all of like the Star Trek gatekeeping fanboys, and they're letting all of those naysayers know, like, you're dying in the first episode. Bye. Like, that's what it looked like to me, did it not? I'm a conspiracy theorist, so don't mind me. So he gets blown up. Thank goodness. So the captain has a problem with his suit. They do this big stunt. Michael catches him, and, you know, they put the thrusters on right before they hit the sharp rock. And I was like, oh my God, it's great.
I know, that was so cool. I was on the edge of my seat. I was like, I knew, but it was just getting there. It was like.
It was good. No, I mean, it was just the right amount of suspense. You know, everybody's going to be fine, but how they get out of it was still exciting.
Exactly.
Like, yeah. So they get down to the Hiawatha and they find, I want to just call the person Tig Notaro. That's her name in real life. Jet Reno. Jet Reno is the chief engineer who stayed behind with the sick people after they fought and lost against the Klingons. She's kind of rigged things together in an engineering way to keep these sick people alive, barely, for 10 months. They've just been sitting stuck inside an asteroid for 10 months. So they're getting their uh, transporters, thank you. Transporters online and beaming everybody out in waves. Michael's the last one to go. She gets shut out. Anyway, she gets wounded on her leg and she's just sitting there like screaming, crying, like, this is it. This is how I'm going to die. And she sees the red angel. That's what they're calling it in the preview, but I don't know what she's going to call it. She hasn't told anyone that she saw anything yet. But I don't know who or what it is, but I don't know why it's there. But Captain Pike runs in through the mist of it, kind of breaks the visual of the red angel, and he beams her out. He saves her. She tries to grab a piece of that weird rock that the asteroid's made of, and it falls through her hands like the transporter can't grip it. So she's talking to Tilly about it, which I thought was pretty amazing. Like, I love how nerdy they are. She's like, oh my God, it must mean that it's made of some kind of bicarbonate. Oh my God, I can't believe it. And it's the cutest thing in the world.
It really is.
Right? And so they decide, the second stunt of the episode, they decide that they're going to get a piece of this asteroid, a very large piece of this asteroid. And what they're going to do, the stunts, I'm telling you, they're huge. So they're just going to get in the way of an asteroid that's just rolling through. And it's just going to roll right into the cargo bay. Just.
I was like, this is crazy.
She's like, the power of math.
I was not ready.
Oh, with the nerd high five.
It's like, yes. Math. Calculated things.
It was, oh my gosh. I love that. I don't know. I just love the nerdiness of it all. And so they reconvene with the Enterprise. It's still down for the count. And Michael wants to go on the Enterprise to talk to Spock, but Pike has let her know that he's not there. And that Pike, is going to stay on the Enterprise so they can continue to look at these anomalies. And Spock has just taken a leave of absence. He's had months of time off that he has not used, so he doesn't know when he's coming back. So Michael goes to his quarters on the Enterprise and listens to his last personal log. You know, he's like, if I'm dead, you know, this is the last time you'll hear my voice. And I'm just like,
right? Doom and gloom.
Going through it.
Right? I was like, get this man a psychologist, please.
And so he's saying that his nightmares are back. When he had terrible, terrible visions and nightmares as a child. And he says now he knows what the nightmares are. And I'm just like, okay, I'm worried. But then she takes his personal log, because, you know, Spock is smart. Spock is like 5 steps ahead of everyone. So she takes the visual of his words and pulls them up just like Spock did as a child. And it is that galaxy that has the 7 anomalies in it. And she's just like, oh my gosh, what have you done? like what have you gotten into? And that episode was so beautiful.
Man, I can't wait to see more of it looks like we're gonna get some Burnham and Spock.
Yeah, I really want them to work through like their childhood. Like, there's a reason why that she's not mentioned. Like, and there's a reason why they picked her for this show to be the star of it, even though she's not a character that's ever existed for real until now. So I can't wait. She's so good. I just want her working with Spock. I just want to know what it's like.
Exactly.
And quick aside, I forgot at the very beginning, the very opening, she did like a folklore of like a creation story from Earth, like very, very old. Like she mentions an African tribe. I thought that was really beautiful.
Oh,
And
yeah. I
yeah,
love that.
I should have looked that up. I'm sorry, I don't remember the name of the tribe, but I like how they add folklore into it. Like they still, know their history. They know Earth's history, which I love. And I watched the Facebook Live on the red carpet, all the stars going through of the show. And most of like the anger emojis only popped up while Sonequa's face was on the screen. I just want to say it's fine if you don't like Star Trek Discovery. There are lots of things that don't make sense, and we've talked about it before, incongruencies and stuff like that. But if you're only upset when you see Sonequa's face, just say you don't like Black people and go on with your life. It's fine.
It's fine.
Don't bash a show just because you don't like the star of it. So find another reason.
Okay, and with that, we will conclude this recap. Guys, thank you for watching and liking and subscribing and all of those things. We will see you next time. Have a great night. Bye.